Hello everyone! In this video I'm going to show you what I call the resin watercolor technique. And for this technique I use alcohol inks in different colors, but also white pigment paste and clear resin. So I've tried this technique once. I will add a link to that video, but then the center wasn't that pretty. So I will try it again and yeah, to see if I can change the center of the coasters. I'm starting with a thin layer of white resin into the Cascade Geode coaster mold. And this is a very nice mold from Molds and Shapes. The link to this silicone mold is in the description below this video. And you can also find my promo code for their website. But this coaster mold has a really nice edge. It has 3 rims. And I'm pouring this white layer onto the first rim. There you can see it. And for the white, I've used my own white pigment paste, the Moonlight White. You can find it in my Etsy shop. And I just added the white until the resin was really opaque. So I didn't count the drops or whatever. Now I'm showing you the resin temperature after 20 minutes and it's 30 degrees because I need to have the resin thick. So the first color I'm using is an alcohol ink from Ranger and it's called Wild Plum. And I want to cover the white layer totally with alcohol ink in different colors. There you can see it. Really nice, bright color. And the next color is called Honeycomb, also from Ranger. Yeah, before I'm going to add clear resin on top of the alcohol ink colors, because that is what I'm going to do, I need the resin to be thick, because I don't want it going through the colors all the way to the bottom of the coaster mold. What I want to try to do is push all the colors to the sides and see what kind of effect I can create with that. And hopefully I will get some nice layers, depth in the colors. So the next color is Amethyst. And I didn't tell you the color before this one, and that was Citrus, both from Ranger. And what I mentioned, I want to cover up the white totally with alcohol ink. Yeah, at the moment it doesn't look that pretty, but hopefully after I'm done it's nice. This color that I'm using now is called Raspberry. Yeah, and when I worked on these coasters, yeah, I didn't select the right mold for this because normally you would use these coasters on the other side because then the rims of the coaster are much more visible. But yeah, I will use this mold for sure another time. Again, 4 minutes later, resin temperature is now 30.5 degrees. Needs to be a little bit warmer before I'm going to pour it on top of the alcohol ink colors. Yeah, I waited a little bit because the colors will flow to the center and then you get a white edge and I don't want that. So I'm adding more color and this is the honeycomb color. All the materials I use in this video you can find at the end of the video but also in the description below this video with a link to the websites. and it changes a lot. You can see it. Again, we are 9 minutes later, and the temperature is now about 32 degrees. And now I'm going to pour the clear resin on top of the alcohol ink colors. There you can see it. And hopefully this way I can create some nice watercolor effects and depth in different layers. Because some colors will push, the clear resin will push the colors down, and some will lift to the top and float on top of the clear resin. A small puddle in the center of the coasters. Hopefully you understand what I'm trying to explain, but it's a little bit different in English. But yeah, I'll do my best. Adding more clear to push the colors to the sides and down, and hopefully it will lift some colors and then they will float on top of the clear resin. And they are very bright, very colorful, very nice, and I think it looks like watercolor. That's why I call it the watercolor technique. More clear resin on the edge to fill the mold. Yeah, it already has some great depth, but you can't see it that well. But hopefully in the end result, at the end of the video, you will see it much better. This is a close-up right after pouring, so I'm trying to show you the depth because it has a lot of depth. Hopefully you can see it, because some colors lay on top of each other. There you can see it. They are very vibrant, and the center looks much better. I'm pleased with that. A little bit of a shame that I used this mold, because you can't see the rims, the cascade of the mold that well, because this will be the top of the coaster that is shown, because the other side is white. But I will use this mold again. It's a very pretty mold. There I try to show you the depth of the colors that lay on top of each other with the clear resin in between. Yeah, I'm very pleased how they look. I will also show you a close-up after 2 hours of drying. This is how they look after 2 hours of drying. They changed a little bit, but not much. So that's good. I think that's good. And the colors go very well together. Let me know what you think of the colors. And I hope I inspire you to also try this technique because it's really fun to do. There you can see the depth a little bit. But it's really difficult to film this. And I will try this technique again, but then with different temperatures, because now the temperature of the clear resin, when I poured it on top of the alcohol ink colors, was 33 degrees. Maybe if it's higher, then it's, yeah, another effect. But I will do that test, and then I will show you all. So we are 24 hours later, and I'm going to take the geoda coasters out of the mold. Yeah, you can see a little bit of the rim where the resin is clear, but yeah, and it goes very easy. And they dried very well. Colors are nice. And the last one, now I will show you up close how they look. Hopefully you can see the depth. I think they look pretty. Yeah, I like bright colors, so there you can see it. The back is white, and normally that would be the top of the coaster. But yeah, so this was my second try with this watercolor technique. And what I mentioned, I will test this more, also with other colors, and of course in another mold. There you can see the depth. The purple is lower than the other colors. And also this one. Colors lay on top of each other. And the centers look much better. I'm very pleased with that also. This is the end result. Yeah, I'm very happy. I love these bright colors and I love the depth. And I think it really looks like watercolor. Let me know what you think. There you can see the depth really well in this coaster. You can see a little bit of the rim where the resin is clear. Very nice. So what I mentioned, I will add a link to the video of my first test with this watercolor technique. You can find it in the right corner of this video. And what I also said, you can find all the materials in the description below this video with a link to the websites. And if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate it a lot. I want to thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!